Hey, what's going on? It's Jordan Johnson. I'm your host of the Hack of All Trades, and you are in store for yet another episode of the Hack of All Trades. I wish I had some stadium effects or something for that. So, what up, you hacks? You bunch of hacks. What's going on? How's your Thursday? Or your Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? You can be listening to this whatever day you want. You don't gotta be live with me, even though that's appreciated. Um, yeah, what's going on? How's your week going? Having a good one? It's been kind of a crazy one, huh? Some crazy things been going on. A little bit of March Madness, basketball, and otherwise. Um, but yeah, hopefully everybody's doing well. I wish you all well. If you're listening to this, you're already a friend. I don't know. I have to meet you first. Got to pass the tests. No, I just hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's having a good day. Really just trying to be consistent with this, just trying to get up and going every day. Gonna get better and better hopefully as we go. And yeah, today's just another episode of the many to come from your favorite hack. So today, yesterday I mentioned that I got a product on Amazon. Um, Let me see if I can pull it up here and show all you folks just to recap yesterday a little bit. I don't know what's been going on. Anybody else been having some internet issues lately? My internet's been terrible lately. Um, yes, I do use a VPN. Yes, I've tried it without it on. Yes, I've restarted the router. Yes, I've done firmware updates. Yes, I'm in the IT world. I do all the basic IT stuff when things don't work right. Nothing's been going on. I don't know if Comcast, what might be going on with them, but things have been kind of slow. If you're experiencing that too, you're not alone. Or at least tell me so I know I'm not alone, because I feel like I'm being targeted. Funny story about being targeted. So I'm a member of a music website, um, and it's a pretty awesome site. And I was making a contribution to a forum or the group, and after I made it, the site went down, and it was down for like 2 days, and I was freaking out because I was nervous because I had an attachment to my upload that somehow my attachment or something like broke the site. And it's a fairly big site with pretty passionate loyal people on it, so there's definitely a lot of active users, and they're like very active. And I went back and refreshed the page after I submitted, and it was like the site was down. I was getting an error. I thought, well, maybe I got banned or something. They're blocking my IP. Tried it from a different IP, still down, and then it was down for like 2 days. And I was checking Twitter, and some people were asking like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Oh my goodness, if I took this down, this site down with my little post, I mean, it's not my fault. It's obviously their system, but yeah, I was getting really, really nervous." The site came back online yesterday, and I went to the login page, and there was a ban notice on my account. So that's when I really started freaking out. I was like, oh no, I did take down the site. Like, I did something terribly wrong that they're going to be really mad about. And so I couldn't log in for like 5 hours. And so I was like, oh no. I came back like 2 hours later, and I refreshed just to see, and the ban message was gone. So I don't know what happened. I don't Maybe that ban message was up for everyone temporarily as they were kind of getting back online. I don't know, but it was very scary, and all of that happened right around the time my internet started taking huge like speed hits. And I was like, oh no, like the people in charge like no, I did this, and they're DDoSing me or something, or I don't know. But I was kind of in a panic mode, and I mean I'm still kind of like wondering what's going on with the internet. But yeah, it was kind of panicked there for a few days. I'm like, uh-oh, some crazy people. They got my IP address and they're going to come for me. In case you were wondering, you cannot use a VPN on the site when you visit it. They want to know your IP so that they can ban you if you violate the rules. So they're very strict over there. So I was so nervous, but hey, I made it out alive, and I'm here with you today with this lovely hack of all trades. I mean, that's a true hack of all trades. I almost broke a website from using a form, like a true hack would. Find some way to break something that shouldn't. So that was my yesterday and past couple days. But yeah, so I mentioned that. Let me get the Chrome window set up here. I mentioned that the yesterday that I bought a little tool, little handy dandy tool, just for pretty much just for reducing signal noise in my chain. I was getting some really bad, like and obviously when you crank anything up to max, you might get some noise or distortion. You're pushing your amp or whatever to the full limit. So I obviously was aware of that, but it was just it was too much noise, and it was coming in around 60 or 70% on the amp, and it was just like, what is going on here? I mean, you can get real crazy with all the steps you take to reduce noise. One of the easiest things is going to be, hopefully that didn't show my address. It probably did. I don't know, people. I shouldn't look at these things, the internet, with you around me. No, so it's not a big deal. Whatever. Send me some mail. Yeah, so I got one of these iDefender 3.0 guys. So if you're ever on this sort of like, what's going on with my signal noise, I gotta refresh this. See, things are loading super weird, like these images. What is going on? See, this is what I'm talking about. Things are acting real funny lately. Yeah, so if you're looking to reduce signal noise, there's a ton of things you can do. The first is like whatever interface you're using or whatever your audio is going. Let's say you're going to a DAC, right, and it's USB out of your computer. If that USB cord or cable to the unit is USB 3.0, you want to plug your unit into a 3.0 slot. I didn't realize that was even a thing. That's how hacky I am. That my unit was 2.0, and I had to do a 3.0 port, and people would report that would introduce a little more noise. I plugged it into a 2.0 port, reduced some of the noise, but it was still there. It was still definitely there. And so I was like, oh, God. Oh, no. And then so I ordered one of these guys, and I realized this is USB 3. But it goes into the 3 port, and then I have the 2 into it, and it actually reduced the noise pretty much down to nothing. Like if it's fully cranked, you're kind of that like idle cranked amp. It's like you can just hear like white noise almost, kind of like it's just like waiting to be pumped, like a bunch of volume to be pumped through. But there's no more like sort of like weird, signal noise. So this can do a great job at reducing it. It's not totally gone, but it's definitely like I can listen to my music as loud as I want without it being introduced. There are other things like you can do, like your cables being off the ground, like lifted, can help reduce signal noise. I mean, obviously making sure you have the right cables, try different cables, all that fun stuff. But if it really comes down to it, and you're plugging your interface in and out of USB, and you can hear, like what happened for me is what made me want to try this was, or I should say this, look at that little, oh wait, am I not? Gosh dang it, people. I'm so silly, huh? I'm a silly Billy. I was, oh, and of course it's not showing up. So I didn't realize I didn't put the screen up for you, so let me get that fixed up right away. And it's not working. Oh, there we go. Hey, can you see it? All right, so this guy. So the reason I wanted to try this guy was basically because when I was plugging my Focusrite into my computer, when I got close to the USB, not even like plugged in, it's real close, starting to plug it in, starting to. It started to make that noise. I could hear the same noise, a little bit lower volume, but then when I would plug it fully in. And so to me, then that sounds like the noise is being introduced in between the computer, in the USB port, somewhere in there, or something in my system is introducing noise into the ports. So that's why you might use something like this. For me, it's going into the back of my computer, so I don't need external power. But let's say this is going into the back of your DAC or something. You may need external power if your DAC can't power it by itself. So something to consider. But that's kind of how the setup might look if you need external power. But yeah, that's pretty much what mine's like, except it's not using external power. My computer's fine. And it just goes right out of the computer, right into the cable, and that cable goes right over and into my Focusrite. So that seemed to reduce it quite a bit. So I can recommend this guy. I know it works. At least for me, it worked, and Amazon's great with their return policies. We don't have to get into Amazon. I got into them yesterday. So if you want to hear me rant about Amazon in a more negative way, listen to yesterday's episode. But this one, we'll talk about their shipping, which is great. I am a little bit wary of this shipping day. Have you guys heard of this thing? Amazon's opening up a shipping day. Let me see if I can Google it here. Amazon shipping day. Yeah, use DuckDuckGo if you don't. Don't let Google do things to you. Even though I'm using Chrome, right? The irony. I should be using Brave browser. All my Brave supporters out there. So basically what Amazon is doing now is you can pick a day of the week that shipping is always going to be free on. So if you I think if you order that day, you don't get it that day. But if you order like Thursday and your shipping day is Friday, you will get it Friday for free. If you order something Monday and your shipping day is Friday, you get it for Friday for free. So they're basically letting people order any day of the week and then they get it on their shipping day unless they order that shipping day. So it probably costs them money delivering, getting an order Thursday and having to deliver it Friday. But if they get an order Monday and have to deliver it Friday, they probably make more. And so my guess is that's kind of what they're hoping shifts the balance a little bit is, this Prime 2-day shipping thing. Maybe it's not as sustainable or maybe there's more profit margin here. But that's kind of like what it seems like. It's they're making you pick like a day of the week. And claiming it's about the environment. I don't think Amazon cares. Do you really think Amazon cares? I don't know, but that's kind of their whole spiel right now. So I don't really know. Like I said, really how I feel about it. It's all right, whatever. Pick a day of the week. That's my shipping day. That's when I expect my stuff. Maybe I can hold them more accountable now if stuff doesn't come on my shipping day. I don't know. But it's something interesting they're trying, and honestly, when I see people trying stuff like this or whatever, I just start to wonder what's the motive? As a business owner, you always think the motive is cash. Yeah, that's where my head goes every time. It's follow the money. Why? Well, we live in a capitalist society. Money drives decision making. Whether that's moral or immoral, that's up to the person. But money drives decision making generally in our society. Not always. I'm not trying to blanket, whatever. But we are generally a money motivated group of people. So that's kind of my thoughts on Amazon making that shift. A little weird for them, but I get it. Yeah. So I don't have to talk about them too much longer. But yeah, so that's really my Amazon spiel for the day. Check and see if you got that shipping day thing available. I saw an article a while back about them rolling it out, and then I finally got it. So, um, yeah. So I'm curious if other people did too or not. But yeah. So let me know if you got that Amazon update. Other than that, I'm trying to think, what can this lovely hack of all trades talk about? I don't know. Not too much more. As you can see today, I'm repping the gang, Newcastle United. Um, if anybody's a soccer fan, reach out. Love to have you on. Football fan. If you enjoy soccer, specifically the Premier League, I can talk to you a little bit more about, but I can talk other leagues. MLS. I'm from Chicago. I do support the Fire, but I did live in Denver as well, and I really liked going to Rapids games. Going to the Fire games sucks. If you're not from Chicago, you don't know that it's like an hour if you're lucky to drive out to the stadium, and it's just like not a great experience. They're trying to move to the north side of the city. I think there's like a new arena being built as well for a lower league than MLS, being built right on the north side of the city in like an awesome location. So hopefully the Fire, transitions to that or something like that. I think they will, because it's just too far outside of the city to be like, I'm loyal, but I'm not like that loyal. Jeez. No, I don't know. But, it's just like, it's a pain. If you're from Chicago, you know what it's like to get in and out of the city on a day you probably don't want to, or during traffic times. It's a lot of other things I'd rather be doing. And I got a TV, so. But Rapids games, man, 20 minutes with traffic even. I was over there, like parked, right in, right out. Just such a nice stadium. Great food, better beer selection. Sorry, Chicago Fire, just do better. But no, yeah. So that's kind of who I support in the MLS, and then Newcastle. That's my Premier League team. A lot of people might ask, why would you ever pick Newcastle to support? Right, like you're from the USA, you can pick any team. I don't have any brand loyalty, but why would I pick them? Great question. Originally, when I started following the Premier League, I was like, oh, Chelsea, that's cool. They're cool. Look at those jerseys. Ooh, Peter Cech. He's good. I played keeper when I was younger. So I was like, oh, cool. I'm going to follow Chelsea, because all my friends were like, they had their teams. Got an Arsenal friend, of course, got a, Man U friend, all the big teams. I don't even want to talk about my Real Madrid friends. No. But, no, so, yeah, we all kind of had our own team, and I never really cared about which one was like going to be my team. And so for 1 year, I was like, all right, I'm going to follow Chelsea. And then, it doesn't take too much research to figure out, like, well, if I could choose to support a team, maybe not this one. It's basically like if you were from overseas and you came over and you're like, let's say it's back in the time when the Yankees were winning every World Series. And you just came over and you're like, I picked the Yankees. People are like, why? It's just like, well, they win. It's like, you're just like a bandwagoner then, right? You didn't pick the team for any connection to them. You're just like, they win. I like to win championships, and they do it for me, so I like them. And I really don't. It's just like, it started to feel a little bit like that. It's like, well, why did I just pick the good team? Because they just win most of the games and it's less frustrating to watch? That's probably it. And so I just did some research. Just looked at all the teams, look at their history, look what they're known for, why, whatever, why players like playing there, all sorts of stuff. Newcastle's just one that's like, when you read about it, to me, I just started laughing. I was like, oh my God, they sound like a riot. Like, sound like the craziest people to go see a football match with. They get really rowdy. They're very dedicated. And they often will support homegrown and even some U.S. players, more so than some other bigger clubs. Mainly it's because they don't have the budget. I mean, they kind of do. Let's not talk about Mike Ashley, please. But yeah, so it's a whole thing. But I picked them just because it's like their fans are like loyal and passionate, and Newcastle goes through ups and downs, and a lot more downs than ups. And for fans to stay like loyal, they're in the north, so it's a little like colder. It's like I kind of like feel for those type of people being from Chicago. There's something about the cold. It just does something to you. It hardens you a little bit that people out in LA don't have. You hear that, LA people? You don't have it. You maybe get it, but you don't have it right now. You got to move somewhere, experience the cold, live through it, learn to actually enjoy the cold. Then you'll be like, oh, I have it. Yeah, so the people in Newcastle seem to have that, and just like they're like, I don't know, they're not perfect. They're kind of known to be assholes to away fans, or at away games, just be extra rowdy. But hey, I'd rather have really passionate fans than like, good job, we won another one. That's boring. So I picked Newcastle. And join the Prison Stripes gang. If you don't know their home jersey, it looks like a prison outfit. And yeah, that's been, I don't know, 4 years now of kind of picking Newcastle as the team I'm going to get behind. Maybe a little longer. I don't know. I'm not really keeping track. But in case you were wondering, that's what this is. 125th anniversary edition jersey. This used to have Dwight Gale's last name on it, but it came off in the wash. And this is from the year when basically Gale led them back up to the Premier League from the championship. In case you didn't know, you people out there, and this is something MLS needs, is relegation and promotion. At the end of the year, the bottom 3 teams from the top league, like the MLB or like the NBA, the bottom 3 teams, they go down to the league below. The top 3 teams from the league below come up into the top league. And then I think there's 4, or it might even be 5 levels of that in Premier League football. But for like the NBA, for like MLB, AAA team doesn't get promoted up into the MLB. Like that doesn't happen. But I think it's like an awesome idea. Like, I don't know, it would be really cool to see teams popping up and into the league and staying around for a while and going out. And it really, to me, it sort of creates a higher level of loyalty for somebody who's stuck with a team that went down a league or whatever. And then when you get promoted, that feeling of promotion, right? You like earned getting into the next league, like making it to the top. You earned it. You don't just win your second tier league and show up for second tier league again next year. Like, no, you really earned sort of getting to the next level. And I think that's pretty cool. So I would love to see something like that implemented. Obviously, if you're in the top league and you win, you don't go to any other top league. I mean, they do have the Europa League, which is like the top teams in each league in Europe play each other. So that's kind of like the promotion for people in the top league, is like you get into a special league that's only other teams, even including outside of your country. So it all gets real crazy there. But I don't know, it's really cool. Really enjoyed coming to follow and watch soccer and do fantasy and all that sort of stuff over the years. It's been easily like one of my favorite little things. Like, I'm not like a rah-rah sports guy. I don't yell at the TV when things happen. But it's just been fun. It's been fun to have a team, pick one in a sport that I like, and just follow them. So yeah, if you're looking to do that, do some research on some Premier League teams. Find one you like based on their history and their culture and their people and their team. Not just because they win. You hear me, Chelsea, Man U fans? Man City fans? Even Tottenham fans. I'm tired of you. Arsenal fans? I don't have any qualms with Arsenal. They kind of need to just get it together. I have Arsenal friends who are fans. And I just kind of feel bad. Just like, come on. I'm sorry. Sorry, it's not your year. I'm sorry. I'd rather it be your year than City or Chelsea or Man U, but probably next year or some. I don't know, but it's a matter of time for teams like Arsenal or Chelsea, Man U, Man City. It's just like, all right, who gets it this year between those four? Newcastle will probably never win, but you may have heard the story of Leicester City, who they were in the Championship, which is the name of the league below. So you basically have the Premier League, the Championship. And so they won the Championship. I think it was, the 2016 season, and then they came into the Premier League for the 2017 season, and they won the Premier League the year after they won the Championship, which is like insane. Like almost no team that gets promoted ever even makes it into like the top 3 teams of the top league, right? Like you were just the best of the league below. You would expect that you're going to be kind of at the bottom of the league above, right? They literally won the league, the Premier League, on a year where they got promoted from the league below. And it was like the most amazing thing to watch. It's seriously one of the craziest like long-term things that, like, it wasn't just like a game, right? It's not like Game 7, the World Series. It came down to that one hit. It was like, no, all season long, this team literally performed and performed and performed. And it was just like the most like long, drawn out like victory story, but it was like one of the best ones ever because it is, it takes that much work. It's not just make it to the playoffs, hopefully win your way through. Even if you're a bad team, you can win. No, they had to be on top the entire time. They had to finish on top with the most points, with the most wins, pretty much. And they did. So that was really cool to watch and just kind of further ingrained, like, wow, why I love that sort of relegation promotion system. Anyways, like I said, find a team, pick one. Tell me about it in the comments or email me or something. If you need my email, if you want to email me, it's hackofalltrades, master of none @gmail.com. In case you did not know, that's kind of what that's a play off of, master of all, or jack of all trades, master of none. God, I couldn't think of it. So hack of all trades, master of none @gmail.com. Again, hack of all trades, not the hack, just hack of all trades @gmail.com, or hack of all trades, master of none @gmail.com. All right, not going to try that again because I'll mess it up again. Hope you enjoyed this episode, you hacks. Once again, this is your host, Jordan Johnson, and this has been another installment of the Hack of All Trades. I'll see you next time.